Washington, D.C., and more specifically, the D.C. State Athletic Association, is home to many of the top student athletes in the country. Though all unique, there are common threads. They seek fierce competition and appreciate quality coaching. Kayla Collins, Amonte Dreher, and Alexi Weinberg join Chad Ricardo on this week's episode of The Block.
Who is the fiercest competitor that you've ever competed against, or who has been on your team, and what made them so fierce?
I'd have to go with the best linebacker in Washington, D.C., Gus Burns. He's one of those guys that loves to win, but who hates to lose even more. And personally, I think that's what being competitive is all about. On the field, he just plays with such passion, such fire. Doesn't take plays off. It feels like he's just in on every play. And the best part is that, his energy and his effort is contagious. So what he does on a daily basis brings out the best in everyone.
Now, did you play with Walter Rouse?
So I started my sophomore year when he was at left tackle, and he's definitely up there. He's another one of those guys who will just do whatever it takes to win football games. Huge team player, big time competitor, and another one of those guys who you will never see him walking on the field. You'll never see him, taking a rep at 50, 60, 70%.
I would say Amonte McDuffie, linebacker coming out of H.D. Wilson, class of 2020.
He's a thumper.
He'll be one of my biggest competitor, either him or I would say Keyshawn Hunter.
Ooh, I love both of those guys, Motto and Keyshawn. Keyshawn is headed down to ODU, or at least I know that was his plans before. I want to talk about Motto in specific, because Motto has he's got this edge about him. What about him makes him that competitor?
We know each other so well. We knew each other for 10 plus years. So it's basically he know my next move. So it's if I try to do something, he'll read my mind, or he'll know where am I go to next.
And then Keyshawn, thing about him is it's kind of the same thing with Walter, right? Off of the field, these are big, friendly guys that you just want to hug. But you're telling me that in between the lines, Keyshawn gets busy, huh?
Do we? We do. We do.
Kayla, for you, this is a little different for you, because so often it's one-on-one.
I ran with a lot of fierce competitors, but I feel since track is such a mental sport, I feel at the end of the day, I'm my fiercest competitor.
What an answer.
And it just all depends on your mentality. If you want to be positive or negative, it's me versus me at the end of the day, I feel So I feel I'm my fiercest competitor in that sport.
Oh, goodness gracious. Look, we got to end that whole conversation on that right there. You just, that's a mic drop for everybody out there. Your fiercest competitor is yourself. You got to look in the mirror. We'll go ahead and wrap that around, and we'll stay here with you, Kayla. We all have coaches, or if we're blessed enough to have coaches who are more than coaches. They end up being mentors as well. They give so much to us off the field as they do on it. Kayla, what coach has had the largest impact on you, and why?
All my coaches impacted me in some way, but I feel my track club coach, Coach Henry from Glenarden, he impacted me a lot. He developed relationships with everyone on the track team. He made sure that we went to the right meets. He just provided a lot for us. And we still talk to this day, even though I'm not on running currently on track club. And also Coach Victor, he makes us stay focused on college and stuff to make sure that we come to every meet and every practice giving our best no matter what. And he's a fun coach as well. So I'll say those two.
Vic said it. If Vic said it, it must be true. I agree with that there.
I'll have to go with Coach Maurice Vaughn, Coach Bink. I feel as though from day one, me coming into high school, he believed in me. And he wanted me to show my best. He wanted me to build my confidence, my leadership. And I feel as though to this day right now that I believe I accomplished that.
I love Coach Bink. I think that it was truly special what you all did last year, and to see just the closeness that you all had dealing with the loss of teammates. How did Coach help you all take dealing with the loss of one of your brothers and helping that motivate you to being better?
It wasn't really nothing that we did in particular. It just like he just talked to us, basically just kept us motivated and to keep going and like to not give up. He made us see something that we had to win for this year. Basically, we was winning for our brother and we had to put it all on the line for him.
Yeah, so I've been, blessed as well to have so many amazing coaches. But the one that I would identify as having the greatest impact on me would be Coach John Simon. I've been working with him, since fifth grade for baseball and football, and he's one of those coaches. Like I think I'd speak for all of his players when I'd say that we consider him like a mentor and a friend as well as a coach. Obviously, like a incredibly talented and accomplished coach, but just a great guy as well. One of the things he taught me from an early age is that like character matters, and that you really need to hold yourself to a high standard, not just on the field, but in the classroom and in terms of your relationships, the way you treat your friends, family, strangers. So that's something that, one of the first things he told us in fifth or sixth grade, and something that has stuck with me ever since.
Can any of you look back to a particular moment, again, whether it was an extraordinarily hard time for the team or for yourself personally, in which this coach, this mentor, in which they had words with you that truly uplifted you and helped you to get through a negative situation?
I actually had with my 10th grade year. I really wanted to quit because we was losing. We wasn't really doing as well. And like I felt as though all the pressure was on me. Like as a quarterback, yeah, once you win, you're gonna take all the credit. But once you lose, it's a lot of down talk on you, and it's a lot of stuff that you just gotta take in and move from. But as me being young, I didn't really like understand that as much. So Coach Bank, he like was talking to me, like basically keeping me motivated so I shouldn't quit football and just keep going because I have a passion. And like he's saying something to me from day one. So I just stuck with that, and I appreciate him for everything he's been doing, even to this day.
That's real. That's real. Shout out Coach Bing.